Hello guys, welcome to the webcast. I'd like to thank you all for attending. I'm just making sure that everything's running, so give me a second here. While I wait, I'd like to show you what you can do. If you go right here, you click on Ustream, it will take you to a place where you can actually comment and ask me questions. Alright, and hopefully I'll see those. Let's switch back to here. Okay. So throughout here I will put up that secret word that you're all looking for, and you can just write that down at the top where it says, see if I can get that, where it says secret bonus word right there. You put that on right there. Okay, just copy it down as you see it on the screen. Alright, so the first question reads, Sonia earns $2,100 at her uncle's orchard. If she worked for 70 weeks and earned the same amount of money each week, how much did she earn per week? Now, if I bring up that question, let's see. Okay, now you may not be able to see this the best, but what you can do in a problem like this, as I've told you many times, is you can cross off zeros. You can see in the second number that you only have one zero. So make sure you only cross out the same amount of zeros in both. So if one has 1 0 and another has 2 zeros, you can only cross off one on each side. Then you can use your basic fact. In this problem, bring that up back up. In this problem, your basic fact is 21 divided by 7. And after you do that, you can then add the zeros that you have left over. It's very similar in problem 2. Okay? Mr. Cantwell is building a fence that will be 3,200 yards in length. What length of the fence must he finish each hour if he wants to complete the job in 80 hours? So, we'll do the same thing here. We'll cross off the zeros. Notice that 80 only has 1 0 in it. Therefore, you can only cross off 1 in the second number. And our basic fact here is 32 divided by 8. And then we have to add extra zeros where it is. Okay, problem number 3. Among the following quotients, which provides the best estimate for 3,850 divided by 88? Now, the key word here is best estimate. So when you're looking for the best estimate, you want to look for the closest answer, okay? The closest answer that you're going to find. So the first thing I would recommend is I would take that second number, 88, and I would round it to something. Now you have to ask yourself a question. Do you want to go, is 88 closer to 90 or 80? Okay? So when you find that, you need to then look at the numbers that are closest to 3,850 that would go into that either 80 or 90 evenly. We'll call them compatible numbers, remember that. So you would find that compatible number, okay? When you find that compatible number, you would have your answer. Okay, number 4, a box contains 3,000 magazines. If each class receives 30 magazines, how many classes receive magazines? Okay, well, this one here, this one you want to take 3,000 divided by 30 again, and you want to cross off zeros. Okay? When you cross off the zeros, notice that 30 only has 1 0, so make sure you're crossing off the appropriate number of zeros. The basic fact here is 3 divided by 3. And when you do that, you can add the zeros that you have left over. Okay? I see some people using the social stream. You can do that if you'd like to ask me a question. Please feel free to do so. We're on to number 5. Okay, number 5. At the beginning of the school year, art supplies will be divided up equally among 30 classes. If there are 1,500 containers of paint, how many will each class receive? Well, for this one, you have the same thing. You have to cross off the zeros. Remember, there's only one 0 in 30, and then divide your basic fact, 15 divided by 3, and add any extra zeros. Okay, the first 5 questions are pretty basic. Now we get into some harder things, because the fact is you don't have multiple choice now. So when we get to number 6, it says a company wants to order 140 light bulbs, and the light bulbs come in boxes of 16. How many boxes will the company have to order? In order to do that, you're going to have to do, let's see, sorry, this is really hard to do. Okay, that is a 140 divided by 16. Okay, you set it up like that as it's already set up for you. Or it's not set up for you, I'm sorry. Now you have to ask yourself, does 16 go into 1? Does 16 go into 14? If your answer is no on both of those, then you're going to be dealing with a one-digit quotient. So you have to do your steps. Remember, you can go online, you can listen to the song, you could remember the saying in class, does McDonald's sell bacon cheeseburgers? So you want to make sure you're taking your time and lining up your decimal or your place values. Same thing with number 7. A roller coaster holds 32 people at a time. There are 275 people waiting in ride for the roller coaster. How many trips will they have to make for all the people to ride? So you're doing the same thing. You're taking 275 divided by 32. Does 32 go into 2? Does 32 go into 27? Or does 32 go into 275? If you think it's the last one, again, you're dealing with a one-digit quotient. Number 8. A group of people paid a total of $578 for tickets to a basketball game. If the tickets were $34 each, how many people were in the group? Okay, so we have, again, we have to set it up as 578 divided by 34. We ask ourselves, does 34 go into 5? Does 34 go into 57? Now, if that answer is yes, you are dealing with a two-digit quotient, which could be different than the previous problems. So you have to take your time and be careful. And remember, you are allowed to use a calculator to help you. Please, I need to see the work. Showing the work is kind of half your points here. All right? And number 9, it's already set up for you. So you have to find the quotient in the problem below. It's 354 divided by 36. So ask yourself, does 36 go into 3? Does 36 go into 35? Or does 36 go into 354? And be careful. Make sure that you either have a one or a two-digit quotient. And finally, my favorite types of problems here. On Wednesday, a music store sold 44 country music CDs for $13 each, and 58 rock CDs for $16 each. The store also sold 39 jazz CDs that day. Which information is not needed to find the total number of country music and rock CDs? Okay, so which one would you need? Again, you are asked here, what don't you need to know for the country and rock CDs? Okay, the country and rock CDs is what it's asking for. So what information is irrelevant? Okay. We got the secret word again, as someone asks for it right away. This is the secret word. Please spell it correctly with the same way that I typed it there in order to receive full credit. Okay, I'm going to stay on here for another couple minutes. You can ask questions in the social stream or the chat, and I can answer them. If you have a particular question on a particular number, please type it in the social stream. If you're not at the social stream, again, you can click the lower right hand button where it says Ustream, and you can click on that, and that will take you over to the chat function. Okay. As I said, I will remain here for just a little bit longer. You may see the blank image, but I'm still here. If you need a certain question answered, please type it in the question box. And as we end here, I would like to thank you again for attending. I see some of you going on Edmodo already and responding to this. That's great. If you can help each other with this test, however, please do not go on there and say the answer for number 6 is B, even though 1 through 5 are multiple choice and the last couple are not. Please make sure you're just helping each other and you are not giving answers, because that doesn't help anybody. Okay? I'll stay on for another 10 seconds if I don't see any questions in the chat or social stream. I am assuming that you all are going to do very well, and at this point I would just like to wish you all happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your time with your family, and again, you are not allowed to do your test tomorrow. Take a break from all schoolwork and enjoy being with your family. Okay? Thank you, and we'll see you on Tuesday.